What's happening, guys? We're back and we're working on the cage again today. Alright, so since last episode, we got the whole rear end of the chassis all finished welded up. So now we can build our rear down bars. We ran out and got these bent up at Brennan's shop, so it's a long radius bend compared to all the other ones that we bent at Trigger. So this will kind of give us that kind of almost a hatchback look to the roll cage. So we got that bent up. I already got started fish mouthing that one. And then off camera, I built some plates. So these will work just like the plates on the front hoop. This one will get welded onto the chassis, and then this one will get welded. We'll weld a nubbin onto it, and then we'll fish mouth our tubes into that nubbin, and then they'll bolt together and whatnot, just like the front ones. So today we're gonna get started. We're gonna weld up these guys onto the chassis and get the nubbins put onto these, and then we can start fish mouthing our tubes, get that all lined up, and hopefully get everything tacked up so that we have the full cage done. We're gonna put some gussets and stuff in it later, but at least if we have all the tubes in the right spot, we're kind of good to go on that front. And then if we have time, maybe we'll move up to the front end, look at that steering rack or something like that. But first things first, let's weld these plates in. All right, we got the nubbins welded onto those plates, and then our chassis side plates are just tacked onto our chassis right now. We'll come through and finish weld those later. But now we can start fish mouthing and trimming up our tubes. So I'll go from there, and then that fish mouth is pretty well done at the top. But then I got to fish mouth the bottom here so it'll rest on this nubbin. And then I just got I guess one of my 5/8 nuts, and that'll space it out from our plates, so it's far enough out. Hopefully we can weld all the way around. I ran into a problem on the front hoop. They're too tight together, the plate and the down bar, so it's really hard to get my torch in there, and I wasn't able to weld all the way around. So we're gonna space these ones out a little bit further, and hopefully it works. And then all we're trying to do with that upper fish mouth is get it so that this bar is parallel with our trunk section, and then it should all look good. So I'm gonna mark this out and start cutting. we got those in there. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. Fish mouthing those took about 4 hours. It was a lot of trial and error because we were putting the fish mouths on both ends, but the bar's bent. Depending on how much I ground off each end, changed the angle of the bar. So it was a lot of fit it up, grind it back, fit it up again, do some filing, all kinds of work. So we got them in though. They're just tacked in right now. I'm gonna come in here and add a crossbar pretty much right in the middle of the bend and another crossbar at the bottom out of inch and a quarter DOM, a little bit smaller. And we're gonna do that before we do any of the finish welding. But because it took so long, that's where I'm gonna call it an episode. I know it'll be a pretty short one for you guys, but it was a pretty long one for me. So next week, I think we're gonna put the motor back in, try to mount up everything that we can, and start looking at things like radiators, steering racks, brake pedals, some of those things, and kind of try to work our way forwards with the controls. So, but we'll see what happens. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Go check us out on Instagram, Leftfootfirst Media, and we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.